jag. Oh, jag, jag, oh. Baby, I gotta masturbate, yeah. Woo! Whip it out and masturbate, yeah. Masturbate, masturbate. When there's no girl for me, I whip it out and masturbate. And stroke it down. Yeah, to masturbate.
Welcome to Useless Threats.
Baby, I gotta masturbate, yeah. Whip it out and masturbate. Masturbate.
Gotcha. There we go. Headphones in. Okay.
All right. Tom, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Why is it doing this now?
You have a video editor.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's, yeah. What the hell, dude? Here. There we go.
Although I did,
There
unlike
it
Marco
is.
Rubio, I did just successfully drink some water on camera.
Oh
did
my gosh,
successfully
there we
drink some
go.
water.
It's working. There it is. It was because it was going through your data, man.
This
Freaking
Jake,
Sprint.
no shit, is
Fuck.
holding a beer in his crotch right now.
I'm holding a beer in my crotch.
He's had that kind of
Nice.
morning already.
Dude, it's been a fucking shit morning, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Let me tell you about the earliest time I ever got a beer. It was 9/11/2012, 6:30 in the morning. We're going through security at the Fort Lauderdale airport. Clarence leaves his phone behind. TSA dude's like, "Sir, did you leave your phone? Is this your phone? Oh, thank you very much. Do you have the charger? No, I don't. You fucking stole it. I kill you with my fist. I ain't afraid to die
Oh, no.
on 9/11.
Oh my god.
So fucking I go, Clarence, do you want to tour the Midwest or the penitentiary? And then Billy, the kid, comes over and says, Tom, chill. Clarence, come and tell me a funny story. So off they walk, and I went directly to the bar at 6:34 a.m.
Do you remember what you drank at 6:34 a.m.?
I do. I went as shitty as possible and had a shock top.
There you go.
All right.
There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a fake German beer made by Adolf Coors.
It's cool, Tom. I just ran out of beer, and this Coors Light, I think, is it's at least 6 months old.
Nice.
It's
Excellent.
delicious.
Does beer have
fantastic.
an expiration
Sure,
date?
Technically,
I'm sure
yes.
whatever pipes were going on at 6:30 had been cleaned the night before.
Yeah.
And so Billy walks Clarence and after about 10 minutes. He goes, Clarence, you can't be telling TSA that you're going to kill him with your fist. I didn't say that. I said I was going to thrill him with my fist. And you can hear that story along with others on our 77 Rusty Trombones album when I do Blowfly's Jeopardy.
Oh, fantastic.
No kidding. Okay, so
Yes.
I listened to
Go
Blowfly's Jeopardy.
download
I
that
missed
and-
that.
and string that through your broadcast. It was a very fun. It was actually Clarence's final recording session. It was the same one where he did the vocals for "If You Don't Blow Me By Now" and "She's Got a Wiener."
Yeah.
And it was at Rat Bastard Studio in Miami Beach, the laundry room, where Rat used to work for Delta. So somehow in a 900 square foot apartment, he has enough records to have a record store. He has enough instruments to start a music store. He has enough recording gear for a full recording studio. And he has a baby grand piano.
Wow.
And it's not messy because of airline shit. And he has a dead booth. He has a vocal booth in there where also he tracks drums. So Billy and Clarence were in the booth together, and I was doing the other part outside. And then Clarence was supposed to say it's a condiment, and he said it's an enchantment, and Billy fell out of the vocal booth. And that track was supposed to go on, but there was no topping enchantment.
Oh, man.
No topping enchantments.
Okay, so I got my first question for you, man, and I know other Jake has asked you this before, but I just saw the documentary yesterday with it,
Now
and
you know what someone's ass could have been.
yeah, and so, dude, how did you put up with that?
Well, I did leave for a year and a half.
Oh,
Cause man, you are the most patient person ever, man. Like holy cow.
I put up with a lot. In the first cut of that documentary, the one that went to every film festival in the world, I came off as a much more sympathetic person. Mostly because there was a little time switcheroo that Jonathan Formansky did, breaking our contract, which is I said, no matter what, you cannot play with the time. You need to make things linear. So in the original edit, it shows it as it was. The show in Chico and then the show in Eugene. Instead, he shows the show in Eugene, and then we had the fight in Chico, which, you know, the bottom line is I knew we were going to a fucking nuclear bomb in fucking Oregon. That is the shittiest, hippiest white power town in the world. You know, by the way, Oregon was founded as a white power paradise.
Jesus.
Black people were not allowed into the state until the fucking mid-1900s legally.
What?
Holy shit.
Portland, you know, the fucking hipster liberal utopia, the city of Portland burned down a whole black city across the river that was there for the shipyards, and they killed thousands of people. So Oregon is a fucked up place. And Eugene is fucked up. The only good gig we ever had there, I had anaphylaxis on stage, and Clarence wouldn't let me finish. Now, obviously, this was early in our relationship, because later on, I would have just told him to go fuck himself. And I was like, I don't feel so good. And he's like, yeah, finish the set. So we finished the set, and I walk right in the ladies' room, and it's like fucking Stand By Me, but out of both ends. Blah, blah, blah,
Oh my god.
And then the chick's like, you know, this is the ladies' room. And I go, lady, I just performed for you for 80 minutes. I deserve a clean place to be sick. And so anyway, so I go onto the RV and I grab the EpiPen. Now, if junkies had any idea where EpiPens had in them, Drugstore Cowboy would have been a very different movie. Because that shit is
note to self.
So you grab this giant syringe. It's like this big. No. And stab yourself in the thigh.
Ugh.
And I had never done it before. I needed to make sure the medicine got in, so I did it 3 times.
Oh, God. No. Oh, no. Oh.
So to all you meth heads out there, you ain't got shit. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh my god, man.
As it happened, I realized they were going to think I was on meth because I was like, look, I swear to God, I don't know meth. I did not meth. I just did everything. I swear to God, I just did everything. I just did everything. It's okay, sir. We understand. I don't know how they understood that, but they did. And wow. So, you know, basically all they do in the emergency room is when you have an allergic reaction is they jack you up full of steroids and Benadryl, and then they wait to see if you die. So I did not die. I got a cab back to the RV, which was still behind the club, and the old hippie dude who had a beard almost as good as yours, Jake, goes, well, welcome to Eugene. Sorry, allergic to it. And that was a good Eugene gig. The worst Eugene gig was our last one there. The movie had been out for a little while, and it was on DVD. And I got to sell it on my merch table just in time for this movie that's taking big shits all over me, and is like, and in the director's commentary, Tom and Clarence will never work together again. And it's like, well, someone didn't pay attention for a couple of years. Fucking ridiculous. So anyway, we're rolling into Eugene, and this tweet comes across, and it's like, and it's the editor of Pork Magazine, which is just like lowbrow fucking, you know, hot rod, you know, Reverend Horton Heat, you know, I used to be a punk rocker and now I work on cars deal.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, those folks.
The Hank 3 type.
Yeah.
You know, not that there's anything wrong with that, just wrong with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he's like, Tom needs to die.
What
and he
the
goes on
fuck?
this thing like 7 or 8 tweets. So what he doesn't know is that if he didn't watch the movie very clearly, because my roadie is a Fed. John Toomey is in the U.S. Secret Service. I mean, he's the head of photography, but, you know, he has clearance. So he was like, well, Tom, that is a death threat. And I'm looking at his social right now. So if something happens, well, you know, you might go, but we will catch him. And then he gave me his address because that's not, you know, classified. And so I had to talk myself out of, like, you know, going ding dong and punching him in the face, because then I could get shot, you know. So basically, I get back to the club and I get very quiet, and this makes the band very nervous because normally I'm a talkative fellow. But when I'm super pissed, like I was, for reasons that Jake knows about,
Which Jake?
Ago,
Fat Jake or skinny Jake?
That Jake?
yeah, bearded Jake.
That
Oh,
Jake?
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not the mustache
Why I was
one.
so angry.
Not mustachio.
And so I was about that angry, except for I was just silent, and I'm freaking out the band. And the only time I would make any noise would be call people like Peter Davis from Muteflesh. I'm like, this guy like moved to Oregon so he could buy more guns, or is he just a loudmouth baby who needs to shut it up? And everyone's like, Tom, he's a fucking loudmouth. So yeah, fuck that guy and fuck that magazine. And he keeps trying to add us as friends, and I keep blocking him. And I'm just like, I just don't seem to get it. I have to worry about fucking Dimebag Daryl bullshit because of you. Go fuck yourself.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
No one needs to die over a goddamn rock and roll show or a shitty fucking
Fuck
documentary.
no. Yeah.
God
Okay, so
damn.
all of that stemmed from the Weird World of Blowfly documentary.
Yes, all of it.
Holy
You know,
shit.
Wow. I mean, like, I guess before I saw it, you know, I knew you, and
Yeah.
and I'd already been a fan of Blowfly. In fact, I didn't even know there's a documentary until one time you and I were talking, actually.
Right.
But I guess, you know, my opinion came out of it completely differently, where much like Mustache Jake here.
Because you knew me. It's
Well,
like
yeah,
the worst
but
thing.
you know, it was like I felt bad for you after seeing that.
As you should have.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I guess too, since we're doing a podcast here, I think one of the best things we could do is can we just go over how you got involved with Blowfly in the first place?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, in 2001, I was in Chicago, Illinois with my soon-to-be ex-wife when she was still my girlfriend. And she was all of, goddamn, just turned 23. I was 30. I was not quite 30. No. Okay, yeah. She was not quite, okay. We were like, 30 and 23.
She was of age, right, Tom?
We're just clarifying that. She was of age. Yeah.
This is so basically I had multiple careers in the music business. The first time in 91, 92, I started booking shows because no one would book my punk rock band.
No shit.
So the first show I booked was in 1992 in a record store. I booked the Unsane on their first East Coast tour. And then I started doing that so my band Smoke Dog could have a place to play. And then the band broke up, and I kept booking shows for another 7 years. And then I just saw a ceiling with it because after I got with people for a certain point, it didn't matter. Like I would book bands and they would do 600 people, and then they'd go to Live Nation. And like Stormy Shepherd, who was the main punk rock booking agent at the time, she had everybody. She had Offspring, Bad Religion,
Shit.
Wow.
everybody. And she was this little Mormon girl who one day called Epitaph and goes, "Hi, do you have anyone who books your bands?" And I'm like, "No." "Well, I'd like to book your bands." And she built an empire.
Holy shit.
But she was very upfront. We're like, we use the kids. And it's like, you use the kids. Thanks, Stormy. So, I would do things like, book Sick of It All on 13 days notice and sell it out. And it didn't matter. I still wasn't going to get L7 in the Melvins.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get the Offspring. I wasn't going to get, the bigger shows because it was just a ceiling. And I should have stayed at it for another year or two. It got better, but there was still that ceiling. And so I decided instead to start a record label, which is the best way to start your money on fire. And it's even better when you sign junkies to your label and alcohol. That's an even better way to do it. So I signed Buzz Oven, this piece of shit band who made a great record. I flew in Billy Anderson, the main sludge dude. He engineered all the Melvins records on Boner, and he did all the Buzz Oven shit on. He did it on the
Shit.
Road record, and he does Red House Painters. He's a big dude. And I flew him in, and Buzz Oven took the train, and they recorded in my tape recording studio. Some of our credits include all the Cavity shit, most of the Floor shit, all but one of the Against All Authority records. Newfound Glory's first album, sorry. Dashboard Confessionals pre-band, the Vacant Andes, who did not sign.
Holy shit.
And, a whole bunch of stuff. And we recorded that record on the 16-track 2-inch MCI that recorded the Allman Brothers Eat a Peach. So
Holy
Rampart
shit.
and Kakilla are both recorded on the same fucking machine, as is the first version of the needle on my record playing. I sing this song. Yeah, that version of Hit or Miss is on. Stole that from a fucking damn title. It's just terrible. But anyway, I did that, and everything kind of went tits up out in around 2001. I started writing for the paper, and there was back between Village Voice Media and New Times, but in the early 2000s it was a big deal, and in the 90s it was a big deal. And actually the guys who own that thing just got busted by Kamala Harris people. Senator Harris made her name by arresting dudes for their Backpage.com to sell hooker ads.
Oh shit.
Holy shit.
And that's what she used to leapfrog to the Senate. So anyone that she's not tough enough, she plays. That's rough shit. I mean, that's all over free speech, and it's terrible. But sometimes to beat a demon, you need another one.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And she's kind of the weapon for the gig right now. But anyway, to get back to this, so I had this whole career as a musician, as a producer, as a studio owner, as a concert promoter, and a label owner. And then I was a journalist. And when I was a journalist, I was writing about this guy by the name of King Coleman. King Coleman is arguably the first rock and roll singer. He's not on the recording of the Griffin Brothers' Weeping and Crying, which is a 1951 song that came out right around the time that Ike Turner's Rocket 88 came out. But he was the guy who popularized the song because he toured with them. And he's the one who did the weeping and crying, which James Brown later would kind of do with the Cape. So King is before James, and then James had him sing Do the Mashed Potatoes because he wasn't contractually allowed to do it. So King blows up, and King was Blowfly's main influence. Now, I had seen Blowfly in 2001 in Chicago, and in words that will forever haunt me, I'm leading lie, a very well-named lady, to the front of the stage. She goes, Tom, do we have to go up front? Yes, honey. I want the full Blowfly experience. Oops. So 2 years later, I'm doing a story on King Coleman. I correctly guessed that he was Blowfly's main influence because King would get filthy when he wanted to get fired. So he would get these offers to do like a Stax tour through Texas in the mid-'60s. And as he once told me, Wilson Pickett was crazy. We were in Texas and we got guns because that's what you do in Texas. And he shot a hole through the top of the bus. So I took out my piece. I put it under his. Repeat after me. I'm sorry. I will pay to fix the bus. When King wanted to do shit like that, and he would MC, do the mashed potatoes, and then MC each act, he did the following in 1963 so he could go to Scandinavia. You gonna cream your jeans when you hear the Supremes. You can't say that on the radio now. You sure as fuck couldn't say it 56 years ago. And Clarence would tell me that he and his mom would be listening to King, and he would go, today's Miss Universe winner is 78, 34, 16, 12. And his mother would go, that's disgusting. He goes, mother, he's telling the numbers. So King was a very well-connected fella. And he would rhyme on the air. And that's like, what was one of the things? Like a rat on a railroad track, I'll be right back. And so Clarence took that from him. And so I arranged to meet Blowfly through Pandisc Records, the shitty Miami booty bass label that put out his 80s stuff that mostly sucks. Not because of the material, but because they made one great record, Fresh Juice, and then they just put less and less and less money into him.
Okay, what label did you say that was again?
Casio on that Christmas record.
Okay.
So this was 2001. So that record came out in 99. No, I take it back. This was 2003. So it had been 4 years since he had done anything recording wise. It had been 2 years since he had toured with Fishbone on the tour I saw him on, which was the worst named tour ever. Right after 9/11, the first one. Funny how we keep going back to 9/11 because sometimes it was disastrous with Blowfly. Norwood decided to call the Ground Zero Get Down.
What the fuck? Oh my god!
Worst name for a tour. I mean, they have a song called "Party at Ground Zero" on their first record.
Oh my god!
Not a good idea, dude.
No, man. Yeah.
And this is a guy who used to lecture me, Tom. You work hard. You need to learn how to work smart. Well, naming your tour the Ground Zero Get Down right after 9/11, not so smart.
I don't know, man. I think it was a great idea. Fantastic idea. What the?
It was a great idea for the 45 people that saw Blowfly and the 78 that saw Fishbone.
Oh shit!
Was 1,500 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I show up. I'm at this shitty recording studio, and I hate places like this. This is why my recording studio used to exist. Because it's just these fucking teabagging Dream Theater douches, you know. Fucking guitar store chops, you know, and then they get all judgy on the fucking acts. They put all kinds of shitty fucking effects on them, and you have to fucking reproduce your record like 3 times.
They come in with a stack like the Edges from U2. It's just
It's like you just walk. You walk in the studio, you see the fucking the 70s goddamn carpet, and and they think there's something. It's like I just walk in there and I'm like, oh, I'm your natural enemy. And I just walk to this place, and there's Clarence, and he's sitting down. He's wearing a polyester shirt. And Clarence was a very funky man in many ways. And polyester doesn't do it any favors. And one of the greatest compliments I made to mankind was I gave Clarence all my old shirts that I didn't fit in anymore, so he wore cotton. And that made him half comfortable to be around. So if you hear pictures of Blowfly wearing a large shirt, and you're like, did he like large? No! No. That's me giving him a t-shirt from a show I promoted 10 years previous.
Hold on. Ah, stupid phone. Here, take this.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why my phone is still on.
Yeah.
Look at all the rookie mistakes we're making today.
I know, man.
We're just going to do all the rookie mistakes.
Well, it's season 1, so,
First show.
First season 2, right?
Yeah, first show of season 2. My first time ever even on freaking podcast.
You keep going for just a second.
I got to keep going.
Here's my Blowfly.
Oh, we got to talk about my day. I'll tell
What's
about
that?
my grill on fire. So, yeah.
That's the Blowfly music check now. I'm covering up the number.
Oh, okay. So what are you doing with that?
Well, I'm raising money so we can get lawyers.
That's right.
Get Clarence's shit back.
Yeah.
Been doing that for quite some time now. And here is the T-shirt, one of which is on the way to you.
Yep. Badass.
There's the I save because it's a masterpiece.
Nice.
And this is the first time I've ever put a disc on a shirt. I wish I had done this a million years ago because so many fucking record collecting goons, of which I'm starting to become one again, because I had to stop collecting records when I started collecting artists.
Okay.
You kind of got to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
Biafra doesn't, but Biafra doesn't pay anybody, so it's not so. So did he get his phone call?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a phone call with it. The only reason I had to check it was this is how my day started, Tom, okay? So I own a barbecue shop at the back of a bar in Dripping Springs, and I tried to make it to where I could do it myself by using a pellet grill. For those who don't know what a pellet smoker is, it uses wood pellets with an auger system, so you don't have to sit there all night to smoke meat. Well, I thought I was awesome to go and buy the giant Traeger XL over there, and the problem is it has 2 augers, so if one goes out, the other one...
Frame it so I can see both of you?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Hold on here, man.
I'm going to get back to this.
There we go.
There we go. Better?
It's a strange talk here.
Okay.
No. Yeah, okay, that's better.
There?
A little
Okay.
better. Let me move my mic around here.
Now
There
I
we
see
go.
2/3 of your face.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was stupid
But
iPad.
Just
I mean,
one can was freaking me out.
yeah.
I was like, why is the headset talking to me, man?
No, man. So I bought this one. It has 2 augers, and so if one runs out, the other one tries to compensate. Well, that just equals a giant pile of flaming pellets.
Right.
And so it did it overnight.
So it's too hot.
Oh, it did it overnight and set the pit on fire. And right when I got there. So I started out by having to take my pork butts out of the flames. Luckily, it just started right there. And then clean everything out and go again. But I had to check my phone because that was my shelter cam to make sure it didn't just fucking do it again while we're having a fucking interview. So, yeah. So shout out to fucking Traeger for making the shittiest pellet grills out there. Fucking goddamn it. Like, I originally wanted to be sponsored by them, and I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, seriously, I'm a nice person with customer service and everything. Man, I let a girl have it one time where I was just like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is a liability. And they're like, well, you just need to check it more. I was like, the whole point is that I don't check it. Like, that's the whole point of fucking owning this fucking grill. Anyway, sorry.
I can relate. Let me tell you about the shittiest bank in the world. It's called Barclays. You may know it from Jay-Z, owning a basketball team that plays in it. The shittiest basketball team.
Yeah.
The shittiest bank that has named the shittiest arena that fucked up Brooklyn even more because God knows they needed more traffic issues in New York City. The subway, blowing up basically and not working. And, that at the same time that the subway doesn't work, let's put a giant arena in the middle of Brooklyn. That's a great idea. So I've had this card for so long that it was a U.S. Airways car. And now U.S. Airways hasn't existed for 5 years. And when I first got it, we're on the road, and they would stop it for luggage charges. And I go, you do realize there's an airplane on this fucking credit card, right? And then I give them all our itinerary, because that's what you have to do to Big Brother when you have a shitty Barclays credit card.
Yeah.
And they stopped it at a hotel. And I'm like, okay, you know what happens after the luggage? Hotel rooms. You didn't stop the one the night before. Maybe someone's on a trip when they go to the next hotel. That's kind of how touring works. And if you notice, the name on the account is Blowfly Music, and maybe a musician might go on tour.
Just maybe. Yeah, just maybe.
Maybe. So recently, they always were stupid. And when I got my Mercedes in 2017, I got a really good deal on it because some idiot had taken dirt weed and just smogged the leather up all the way, and they couldn't get it out until they did, and they forgot they had gotten it out. So this car was just kind of like on the heap. It was a 2011. They got it for almost nothing from dude dumb enough to fucking buy a new Mercedes and, have horrible interest rates, not be able to make payments. So they got it for a song. He walked out of there with some shitty Toyota, and this amazing beast of a car is just, blocked in by 30 shitty Toyotas. And I just looked over there. I'm like, I'm buying that car. And my now ex is like, no, you're not. Yeah, I'm buying that car. That is my midlife crisis. It's right there.
Yeah.
And,
nice.
And then I drove it around for a while, and the air conditioning didn't work, which probably also kept people from buying it. It did work. It's just that it had been baking in the fucking sun for so long, and you don't do that with German meets Alabama engineering. So apparently now they make this model in Mexico. So I got the last good year of this car, and I drive it today. And I drive people in Uber and Lyft in it, and they are assholes. But
All right, Tom. So you,
yeah, I can fully relate to dealing with customer service. I call Barclays all the time.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's funny because when you get a cool credit card, like I got a Chase credit card not too long ago. They were shocked I even called them. They're like, "Wow, thank you so much for calling."
What?
I had to bail someone out, and it was a large charge. So it was like $5,800, and I'm like, "Well, I just want to make
Jesus.
sure that." They're like, "Well, they would have let you." I'm like, "Man, I deal with Barclays," and the bonds was like, "Oh, fuck Barclays." They just walked away.
That's
But
fucking funny.
I have been on the phone with these people so much. Okay, so I buy the car, and then they didn't let me have a breakfast.
What?
And I was like, that makes no
Oh,
fucking
oh, you bought the car on the card.
I bought the Mercedes, and that was fine, but my breakfast was not. That was over the line. I
Well,
still had more
I mean,
credit
what'd you
on
have for
the car.
breakfast?
Was it a big breakfast?
I mean, was it a big one?
I mean, honest to God, it was a $5.99 special.
Well, that might be it.
I mean,
Because I mean, to me,
Yeah.
like if I was that guy, I'd be like, hold up, this guy just bought a fucking Mercedes.
yeah.
Why the hell is he only buying a $5.99
You
breakfast?
should have gone all
You spent
out.
all this money on the Mercedes.
Well, there
but they
you
just
go.
wouldn't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
But
Yeah. You should have got all the bacon, all the eggs,
Yeah.
all the hash
Exactly,
browns,
man.
all of it. Ball out.
And it was
There it
always
is.
shit like that. It got to the point where I would talk to people so high up the ladder, they said, "Okay, look, Tom, if you ever really want to get to somebody, and here's something for all your listeners: if you have a Barclays credit card, I'm sorry, but do this: try to get another credit card that you don't qualify for, and then try to get an increase of limit on yours, because you'll keep getting declined, and if you get declined enough, you're allowed to talk to an actual vice president in Manhattan."
That's
Oh,
amazing.
shit.
You can get up that far and fucking level that motherfucker.
Holy shit, man. You made it to the
That's
vice
like
president.
8 or 9
God
grand,
damn.
but it can be done, but only on a credit line increase.
Jesus.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You know too much about a credit card when you know the bylaws.
That's
Other side.
fucking hilarious, man.
Wow.
It's a goddamn you were making briskets, you'd already have burnt ass.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Jesus Christ,
you ever go
man.
to the barbecue? Do you ever go up to Kansas City?
I haven't been to Kansas City before.
Well, you are, sir, in the barbecue business, and I must insist
I know.
that you find some shitty $30 Southwest fare and take his lady with you,
I know.
and your lady, and go to L's Barbecue.
Say that again, Tom. What was that?
LC.
LC.
LC. So it used to be LC's Eatery, and now
Okay.
finally, after 30 years, decided to change his barbecue. LC is a large man by my standards, and I'm sick, and I need
Man.
to lose about 60 pounds. One of which I got from this fucking I got last week. But I gotta say, we were there before we played a show, and the burgers were so good, I couldn't move for 2 hours, and I had to seriously the fucking show.
Hell yeah,
My
man.
heart was like, what the fuck, man? You can just feel the triglycerides go.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
shit.
eat like this. I mean, it was absurd. It was so good. And it's funny because the place that we play, the Record Bar, has a really good kitchen. But no, I mean, we went. When we were
Not on
kids,
that
we went
level.
4 days. Every fucking goddamn day, we went to a different barbecue place.
Damn,
including that
man.
Oklahoma
Holy
Joe's
shit.
place that
Damn.
keeps winning all the tests.
Okay, so when you would tour with Blowfly like that, and he would
Yes.
go eat barbecue?
No, and that's an excellent question.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Are you familiar with Arthur
That's-
Bryant's? Have you ever heard of Arthur Bryant's very famous barbecue joint?
I've never
In
heard
Kansas
of
City?
it. I'm sure he has.
Okay, now
Nope.
if you go to Kansas City, there's when you come in from the west and you get on the weird like fake beltway they have. Kansas City is actually a great town because they actually believe in paying I think their city tax is 1%, and they have gardens and roads that work and shit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look
yeah.
at that.
when you actually pay for something, you get something in return sometimes.
Right.
And because it's in Missouri, they can do that. They wouldn't be able to do it if it was in Kansas. So,
No.
you know, because it's split. So like Kansas City, Kansas, you're like pothole, pothole. Oh shit, it's smooth.
Yeah.
So right up the line, Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, there's a Negro League baseball museum. And then you see an exit that says Gates, Arthur Bryant's. And you're like, fuck, where do I go? Because you get off the exit and Gates is this way and Arthur Bryant's this way. I'm like, Gates, Arthur Bryant's, Gates. And first of all, I'm the van. I'm like,
What the fuck?
It's got to be. I don't know. It's got to
What's
be
happening
his
here?
hand. It just paused.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, it's all right. Well, we can wait for Tom. Take a little break here, man.
Yeah.
So this is Tom Bowker that we're talking to. We didn't really introduce him. I'm a fucking horrible co-host.
Well, I mean, it's this is listen, guys. This is the first episode. Here's the thing, man. Here's the deal, man. Quoting your mom's house over
Here's
here.
the deal.
The thing is that I had a podcast back, I don't know, a couple years ago that was called Useless Threats. It was okay. I mean, I just didn't get that interesting a guest, and then I started chilling with Jake over here, and this is just a way better version of the show. And so I don't know, man. We're gonna get back to it in just a second with it.
I'm sure Tom will call back.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll call back here in a minute. But I mean, so this is the first interview. Look, we've done all the rookie things, and when we go back and we actually do the full episode that features this interview and everything, we'll
There
go
we
and
go.
announce
All
it.
right,
But
awesome.
Tom's back. Here we go.
That is fucking loud.
Tom.
That is so fucking loud.
Tom, what
Hold on,
what
hold
happened
on.
there, man?
We got it. Hold up. Remember, unplug it. Hold on, Tom. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We got a poor quality thing.
It was fully me, and that was absolutely hilarious. I
Ah.
pounded on it, and it knocked off the connection. It knocked me offline.
That's all right,
The
dude.
computer restarted.
Okay, cool.
That's all right, man. Do you want to just move to audio so we've got better sound quality?
No, I'm going to move back to the desktop in a second.
Okay.
I'm just
All right.
waiting.
Cool. So,
But yeah, hang on.
well, you were off. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm as soon as I see Skype, I'm gonna boot it up.
Word.
It's my parents' old shitbox of a computer.
Nice.
Someone needs to unlock the keychain on mine. It's really annoying.
The keychain.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking technology
So
dumb. What the fuck
app,
is a
the
keychain?
Apple keychain is what keeps all your passwords and everything like that if you do it through Apple. So he locked himself out of his passwords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So so I can see my files, but I can't access them. It's
Yep.
great.
That sucks dicks.
Yep, it does.
Big fat fucking horse.
Big fat horse
Well, you
cocks.
were off. I was kind of like introducing you and kind of reintroducing the show. Oh, did we lose him? No, he's still there.
He's there.
So,
All
by
right.
the way, guys, it's Tom Bowker. Tom, Bowker, I'm sorry. Whatever, man. People fuck up my name
Don't
so
do
fucking
that.
much, I can't
Don't
even
be
remember my
Seth
name
Putnam.
now.
I
Okay.
just Seth Putnam for fucking 25 years. Never said it.
All right. So, Mr. Tom Bowker,
Yes.
you were the drummer of Blowfly, and you were Blowfly's manager, and what else?
I produced all the records.
You were his producer.
I co-wrote much of it. In fact, almost all of Punk Rock Party. If people really think Blowfly
No
sat around
shit.
listening to they were incorrect.
So I was reading about Punk Rock Party this morning, and that was with you guys did that album with Jello, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Jello's on 2 tracks. We did 2
Okay,
versions
okay.
of R. Kelly in Cambodia.
Yes, R. Kelly in Cambodia.
The disco version, which was Guilty, and then we did the hardcore version, which was Not Guilty, Slight Return.
Okay.
And that one's better. Unfortunately, when I saw it, I didn't quite finish the whole Blowfly how I met him. Hang on, I'm going to turn this off now and then go back to you.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So now we got to switch.
Okay, I'm gonna take a piss real quick while he's
Oh,
doing
okay,
that. Here
well,
you go. Here you go. Yeah, it's
Mustache
perfect time while
Jake's
he's
gonna
doing
pee.
We got
Tom's
piss.
gonna switch computers. This piss break is brought to you by Pillets and Patience Barbecue, Dripping Springs, Texas. Oh, what a lovely piss. And Tom is singing while he pees. fuck is this? How? I'm so technologically fucking stupid. I've somehow got fucking text messages on my tablet, which I didn't even know were fucking possible. And wow, I'm new to all this. I just got an iPad.
You know what you can do?
Yeah, so this morning when I was reading those articles, one of the things that blew my mind, it said that RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan had actually cut Clarence Reed a check at one point in time for samples.
No, it was ODB.
Oh, ODB, no shit.
Yeah, because ODB sings the first time ever I sucked your dick. That's the first thing on Return to the 36 Chambers before he raps one of his songs.
Okay.
He sings a Blowfly and he name checks him.
No shit, man.
No shit.
Wow. So did you?
And he knew that the label wasn't going to give him a shit, so he just sent him a check.
That's fucking badass.
So that's probably why he was still on welfare.
Yeah, man, that dude was so fucked up. Him and DMX.
Well, I'll tell you good. Here's an excellent. Well, DMX is just stupid for it. I mean, how do you get busted for dog fighting after Michael Vick?
How the fuck do you have 18 kids? That's what I want to know. Did you know that?
A lot of fucking.
No, but I mean, like, okay,
That's
DMX has 18
Screaming
children.
Screaming Hawkins had 58 children.
Are you fucking kidding me? How is that physically possible?
Now there's a website about it because he fucked a lot and he had a long ass career and he didn't wrap it up. You know,
Yeah.
like the Fabulous Seabirds and wrap it up.
But no, I mean, like, at number 10.
Bombs out there.
What's that?
I always wrap that rap.
You got a bunch of Toms, like you got some Toms in Korea and Australia, and
I could have. I had. If she was hot, that would have been an excellent illegitimate child. And Rich too. She was. Speaking of the Wu-Tang Clan, we played with Jizza at the Princeton Terrace Club.
no fucking way.
And kids, study for those SATs, because if I had any idea it got down like this, I would have tried a lot harder in school. Because god damn, that was ridiculous. So you're playing a mansion,
Holy shit.
the dining hall. So it's us and Jizza. So it was like guest list only. Everyone who belonged to the Terrace Club, so all the music heads on campus, a few of their friends, 100 hot chicks, and Dean Ween, who asked if he could be on our guest list.
Gotta
I'm
go.
like, sure.
Okay.
Probably,
All right.
sure.
No.
So,
No, I'm sorry. Jake just came back in. I think that was definitely more than a piss, but
Yeah. Well, I had to
Yeah.
check the pork butts. As soon as I got to go get them.
oh, you got to go get the pork butts
soon. But keep it with the story.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you were playing with the jizz at a mansion.
Right. So it was very bizarre. So Village, there's actually a photo essay. You can grab that and intertwine this in that the Village Voice did
Holy shit.
with us and Jizza, and they were told, okay, you can only shoot the stage area. Now there's no stage, but there's a stage area, or at least there was when we played. Now we drove these kids insane, and they went batshit. 350 people in a house, and then when Jizza played, I had to go upstairs because my agoraphobia isn't that bad at all. But if you get within my like 2 feet of personal space and we're not fucking, or you're not, my best friend, and we're having a shot or something, I get a little weirded out. So I go upstairs and then I see just how depraved this place is. They have a green room for weed and a white room for Miami shit. So I spent a long time in that green room because in the Ivy League they have the money for good shit. So like someone had asked me for a CD and I went and got one and I couldn't find them, and I just the first like cute girl I saw, I was like, "Did you like our set? Fuck yeah! Well, here, have a CD." And then she and I started chopping it up, and had I not been so high, I would have totally fucked this chick, which was a disaster because she was the president of the Right to Life committee on fucking Princeton.
Oh Jesus!
Second college.
Oh shit.
Which blew my mind because she smoked a lot of weed and she was no prude, and she was insanely hot. Julia, oh my goodness. And now her kid must be like 8 years old. So weird.
Your kid with her? Or?
She is like, what you want to, what are you doing? And I could have just gone right back to her dorm room, put her over her cello and fucked her. But no, I was that high. I mean, I did show you a record where, I was with Afro, that we did 2 songs with Afro Man. And if you ever wanted to know if Afro Man, does he really get that high? Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
So is that your standard go-to with the ladies? Are you like, hey, can I take you back to your room and bend you over a cello?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
If only I was that suave.
Yeah.
I remember I was married for most of the Blowfly run. The only time where I was truly free was when I got dumped over Facebook Messenger in New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
From Miami.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
But I gotta say, if you're gonna be dumped when you're on the Big Day Out tour with Muse and Lily Allen and the Mars Volta, it's not a bad time to be dumped.
That's true.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. This is just the kind of shit that happens when you're on a package tour like this. So I'm walking out of the MoMA in Sydney where they had their 100th show party. And it's like 4 a.m. Party's over. Hot ass blonde jumps on my back and goes, I like you.
All right then.
Like, whoa, okay. And I'm hanging out with Peaches' crew. I'm like, well, we can't just leave her. So we bring her back to my room. There's like six of us walking in, and then who's there? My friends Matt and Gail, and they're wearing my bathrobes. I'm like, you motherfuckers have homes. Why are you here? and then she's like, Gail's like, here, honey, let me see your purse. Where do you belong? She's like, I live in Bondi Bay. And like it goes on for a while, and like we make a joke. Someone makes a joke, and she goes, I like penetration. I go, okay, everybody out.
Yes.
Penetration. So I'm an consummate host here.
What a way to break the ice. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna have to get going here in a minute. But before we split, I was wondering if you'd be willing to talk real quick about the fundraiser you're doing to get the rights back.
Yes, please.
Okay, so the bottom line is in 2003, right when I met Clarence, he asked for a bunch of trips to the liquor store where he did his banking. Man, never had a checking account.
What the fuck? Oh my god, dude.
Tens of millions of dollars.
You can't make this shit
Hold
up.
on. Clarence Reed never had a banking account. He would just go cash.
correct.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Tom.
He would, in the 70s, when like $100,000 was a shitload of money, he would cash his checks there and pay a 10% fucking fee.
You're fucking kidding me.
First off, the liquor stores are just keeping $100,000 on.
Well, yeah, Clarence Reed came by.
Yeah, and suddenly the liquor store could restock their whole order.
Yeah, right.
So so basically what happened was in 2003 he gets a tax notice because he had been taking out loans. He had like 3 or 4 publishing deals, and he would take loans against the little ones but not the big ones. So he took a loan against his Tree Publishing, and then but he never declared it on his taxes because he didn't think a loan counted as income. Wrong.
Oh, Jesus.
So he decides to not tell anybody, and he takes a $65,000 loan from Royalty Advance Funding, which should just be called 1-800-STEAL from a black man. And it's this Iranian guy in Beverly Hills who once bailed out Michael Jackson.
Holy fuck.
And he's basically stolen from everybody. And so he did a $65,000 loan, and then his songs started getting sampling for big hits. So the DMX, We Are Here, We In Here, and Beyonce, as I mentioned earlier, Upgrade You, those were back-to-back #1 records, #1 albums on back-to-back weeks. And Clarence was broke as fuck. And always bitching to me how he wasn't making money, and he wouldn't let me get his money. And like 2 or 3 times, I had it all lined up, and he would fucking throw a wrench in because he always wanted to be able to get $25 from somebody instead of, millions. Because as Jimmy Maslin, the one cool publisher he has, told me, Tom, I could send Clarence $100,000, and next week he would still ask me for $100.
Yep.
And it's true. He needed to be put on an allowance. I could have done all that, but he triangulated his family, me, his whole support system, so we'd never talk to each other. Because then we might have figured out that he had, early onset dementia for 25 years.
Oh.
But we didn't figure that out. His family didn't figure that out because he was just always crazy. and you couldn't really put two and two together until our last tour when he fucking went way off the park.
Jesus.
So back to the fundraiser. Yeah, I finally got his estate established. I hired that the fundraiser allowed me to do that because it wasn't even a part. So I got the money for that, and I got money to hire my litigator to make sure his headstone, which I paid for with a grant from the R&B Foundation 3 years ago, and they had just been monkeying around and fucking not putting it in because they didn't want a famous dirty rapper in their graveyard, even though he's buried there next to his mom.
Wow.
So it's amazing how loud a $400 an hour talks.
Yeah.
$400 talks. So that's done. That costs like $1,000. And now the real thing comes. We have to file suit against a whole bunch of people who just stolen from Clarence. And there's a Clarence Reed song called "Send Me Back My Money," and so I'm doing that now. That's like basically a full-time job. But the thing is, in order to get the money to do this, we have to ask the fans. And the fans had always been really cool before, staying in his house and burying him. I mean, I made that money. I made 13 grand and 17 grand, including the PayPal, in like 72 hours.
Jesus.
Damn.
There was a feeling, there was an urgency. It's like he's going to be homeless.
Right.
He's going to be in a pauper's grave. But here, people don't feel the urgency, even though if I hadn't filed certain papers, we would have lost the rights to Rap Dirty and Blowfly's Rap forever. And we had to do that, and we had a very small window, and we did it. And now it's just a process, and it's going to be a very expensive one. And I asked for 12 grand. We raised 7. I'm just going to leave the fundraiser up for a while because people have been telling me, it's the beginning of the year, Christmas.
Sure,
exactly.
Tax refunds.
So we're hoping that, we get a couple more grand in there. It's just that people just seem like they've stopped listening to me on the Facebook pages and shit. Because it's like, we got 90 people pretty quick, and then, there's 11,000 people on there. And out of that, there's probably 3,000 on diehard fans. Yeah. And I don't know why they don't want the best looking t-shirt that I've ever made, but, it's just a asshole. And I think some people feel that, well, where are the murals we thought we paid for? Where is this? And, where's the headstone? Well, now the headstone's going to happen. And I could make murals now, but I'd rather, liberate Clarence's publishing. Yeah. And so it's just, it's just going to be an ongoing thing until we hit the mother load of the royalty advance stealing and get that back. And then, it's not going to be an issue. And then we can actually fund scholarships and stuff. But until then, we're just fucking dead ass broke. And plus I'm in the middle of a shitty divorce, selling my house, moving to another town. So it's fuck.
Shit, man.
And then I have a friend who's getting railroaded right now. He had a panic attack, wandered in someone's apartment, and they're charging him with felony kidnapping. So he's looking at life imprisonment or deportation or both. I mean, it's just stupid how the city of Miami-Dade just overcharges on everything. That's the way they stay in business. They overcharge you so you take a plea deal and they make money off it. And it's disgusting. So I've got a whole bunch of shit that I'm kind of juggling right now. Essentially, I'm the man for the job. I know where the bodies are buried. I have the treasure maps. I can just dig it up. And Clarence has 4 kids, who didn't have that much to do with him because Clarence was an awful father. And then he has a bunch of nieces and nephews who adore him because he was the world's greatest uncle and kind of a shitty dad.
That's
because he was a child,
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm mistaken, but one of his daughters is in the NBA or the WNBA.
She's in her 40s now.
So
no longer. But she was the rookie of the year in the WNBA.
Wow.
Her name is Tracy Reed. She's cool. Until recently, she was the coach at Miami Central High School.
No shit.
She was an All-American at Tennessee. No, I'm sorry. She's going to kill me for that. At North Carolina. Right. Sorry.
Tom, we got to wrap it up, man. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, man.
I'll take it.
All right.
Dude, Tom, can we do another longer episode sometime
later?
Soon?
Yeah.
Because this was supposed to be able to be longer, but this stupid mess up with this barbecue. We're doing a benefit today for the Disabled Veterans Association, and I got to go get these pork butts off.
Well, beyond that, I'd love to have you back on, man.
You do what the Salt Lick does, and oh wait a minute, I got to leave you with the end of the barbecue story. Which is,
yeah.
So we go to Arthur Bryant's, and it looks like a prison in there. You can't see anything but cafeteria line and hands, right?
Uh huh.
And Clarence goes, "Can I get a hamburger?" And some lady who works in a law office or something goes, "Good luck with that."
There we go, man.
All right.
Well, this has been awesome. We'll have him on again. I think we
Absolutely,
definitely
yeah.
should. Do you want to go ahead and tell people where they can go and donate to that fundraiser before we leave you?
Yes, please. Go to GoFundMe. Type in if you just Google Blowfly GoFundMe, it'll come right up. It's called, and the fundraiser is called, so you don't get our old ones. It's Save Blowfly's Rap for Blowfly's Family.
All right.
Awesome. Well, this has been.
If you go to Facebook.com/Blowfly Official.
Oh, okay,
there's
cool.
links to it.
More.
And
Awesome.
same thing with all of our social media. It's all /Blowfly Official. We don't have a web page right now because he is dead, but eventually there will be another one in tribute to him. It'll be a permanent store once we start getting the titles back into family control. I don't really feel like making people who rip him off money.
Sure.
So please come by, and for $25 anywhere in the U.S. postpaid, you get an I Save Blowfly's Rap. I help Save Blowfly's Rap t-shirt because it's a masterpiece, which has both the masterpiece single on the back, the Clarence Reed masterpiece, which is what Jurassic 5 sampled for Quality Control, which was a big hit in 2001, and Blowfly's Rap disc is on the front, which has been sampled by nearly everybody. And if you do $50, you get that. And Jeff from Saucetex Records will send you a copy of our second pressing of 77 Rusty Trombones on purple wax, which comes with a poster. And if you do $75, you get both of those and a copy of The Weird World of Blowfly, either on Blu-ray or DVD.
Killer.
And if you
That's
just
awesome.
donate the rest of the money, you get a date with Tom, right?
That's how it works.
Yeah.
If you're female, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I just can't.
Tom, it's 2019. You can't be like that.
But I can't put out for a dude.
What if it's a woman with a penis?
What if they're fluid?
Bear of all grizzly bears, but no.
All right. So that's Tom. He's
Tom Bowker.
Tom Bowker.
Okay.
Been quite a
Bowker.
pleasure.
Dude, it's been
And,
amazing.
By
Thank
the
you
way,
so
Bowker's
much.
a slave name.
Bowker's your slave name?
No, it is the slave name.
Okay.
Jesus.
Because we were bouchers. Where if you look at the TV show,
Okay.
that's my paternal lineage.
All right.
All right,
Tom. That's how we're ending it right
much
there.
love, dude. This is where we're ending it.
We went from Boucher to Bowker, but it means the same thing. So I'm Tom the Butcher. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too,
Tom.
man. We'll have you back. Thank you so much,
Later,
Tom.
brother.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that couldn't have been better. That was so good.
That's my slave name.
All right.
Okay. So, first off, we've started this day out rough, and it's coming to amazing times. We had Tom Bowker.
Bowker.
There's
no L in it,
See,
Jake.
there it is. You said Boker, and now it's Bowker, and
It
now
looks
it's
like
Bowker
Bowker when you read it.
And so now we're coming back and talking some more. We're drinking some Gottslandrika from Jester King, and Jake, I talk about sometimes I used to be in craft beer, and I don't really give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna be very honest about it. I don't. I like good beer, but I just don't care. But I've always really liked this beer, and this is your first ever smoked sour beer, right?
Yeah, this is my first smoked sour. I happen to really fucking like sour beers. I just don't get them because nobody else likes them other than you.
Yeah.
And
Especially this.
It's not like we're gonna go to work and fucking drink sour beers all day while we're running a fucking router.
Nope.
And a bandsaw.
Nope.
I mean, that just.
Nope.
We're both gonna go from the name Jake to Stubbs.
This is the first episode. Should we talk a little about what we do? Go and say that.
Well, I like to masturbate.
Oh, you do too? Oh,
And on that note, that was Masturbate by Blowfly on his very
Masturbate
last
by
album,
Blowfly.
77 Rusty Trombones.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Spotify does not have Blowfly's punk rock party that Tom Bowker was talking. That's a slave name, by the way. They don't have
name.
that on Spotify, and I don't know why. But shit happens. 77 Rusty Trombones is.
He's. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
No.
he said that slave name meant butcher, right?
Meant butcher.
Yeah.
You want to hear a fun fact about 77 Rusty Trombones?
What?
So one of our future guests is Mr. Jeff Smith from the Hickoids, the Gay Sportscasters, and the Swashbucklers. He is also the owner of Sauce Rex Records, and that was the label that put that record out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's a hell of a good guy too. It's going to be a fun interview with him.
I'm excited for it. I am. I'm learning more every day talking to the other Jake over here. You know, I'm Mustache Jake. This is Beard Jake over here. You know,
Or
and
Fat Jake, whatever.
Well,
You know, I'm used to it. Homeless as fuck Jake, or looks like he's homeless as fuck Jake.
looks like he does drugs, Jake, but doesn't do
I
any
don't
drugs,
do
Jake.
man. Yeah. Oh, man. I like to party, but only to a
like to
certain
party.
extent. Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, so that interview was actually really great. We'll be playing it later on this episode. But it was kind of really funny because, you know, we made every rookie mistake that there was out there. I mean, really did.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, even right now, we still should be having wind screens on these goddamn microphones, but I don't have any that fit this immediately. We're using 57s up in here, folks, man. I like a 7B. I'd like to do an electro voice, but I don't have the money for it yet, you know? Anybody who actually did listen to the first season of the podcast knows it was a little rough too, but I thought there was some cool stuff that came out of it. But we're just going to go with season 2. We're just going to go and start it out just like this. You know, what is it? I think it's 3 or 4 years later. And we're just going to go into it, man. But especially having Big Jake over here, you know, it's the Jakes. It's the Jakes going on, man.
Bam.
But I mean, so this interview that we did was really interesting for several reasons. I mean, I should say more than several. I should say it's multiple because really in reality, you know, so Jake and I both love hip hop. He knows a lot more than I do about it. But really, the other thing that I really love is I actually grew up as a fucking scene emo kid over here, and you know, you're listening to Tom Bowker over here, and he fucking has been with the best of them out here, you know, whether it be producing or touring or anything with that. And
yeah, it's pretty fucking insane. I didn't know he did all that emo stuff, man. I mean, he was at the beginning of a lot of shit, man.
Right, he really was.
And I mean, and to be honest, like there couldn't have been a more fitting duo than Blowfly and Tom, because Blowfly was the same
shit.
fucking way. I mean, like when fucking Blowfly, well, first of all, Tom could put up with Blowfly's shit. I would have stabbed the motherfucker,
right? I mean,
before we even got to
goddamn,
fucking
man.
Germany,
Yeah,
man.
just not,
the minute he's talking, I mean, if you haven't seen the documentary, watch the fucking documentary. It's fucking hilarious.
I just watched it. It's
the
crazy.
minute he's screaming at Tom about having to eat fucking fart pizza. Fucking, I would have just been
How
like,
many times do I gotta get
you know
through
what?
this guy's head?
Fuck your crusty old ass. I'm out of here, man. This is Germany. I'm gonna go fuck some hookers.
So, if you haven't watched the documentary, it's a funny part in the documentary because Blowfly's just sitting here out of his fucking mind like usual, man. And you know, Tom brings him a fucking pizza and he puts it on just a chair. And Blowfly loses his shit because there have been farts in that chair before.
Well,
He
but
won't eat it.
did you think he did that to Tom because that's how he actually felt? Because when I watched the documentary, I kind of felt like he acted that way because of the people in the room.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, who was in that? Wasn't there some rappers in the room with him or some shit?
I can't
remember who the fuck it was, but
maybe
there was
you're
somebody.
Right,
there were other people in the room, and they kind of give Tom the stank eye, and they're like, "Yeah, man, what you trying to feed this man some fart pizza?"
You know, all I remember from that whole thing was that one girl that's touring with them that like is wearing nothing but pasties the entire time. Just jams with.
You see, man,
she jams with Blowfly and just chilling up there.
You fucking missed the fucking years, because that's how a fucking Blowfly show was, man. Go through, fucking Google this shit. I mean, Blowfly would roll on stage and it was like a goddamn circus. I mean, there'd be fucking naked chicks with fucking pasties. Like, it was a badass fucking show.
How did she put up with that though? So Tom
fucking
already,
know, man.
Tom already, but like her putting up with that. Let's just talk about that, right? Her putting up with that, of where it's just like the shit he would say. It's just like, I don't even know that.
Well, dude, maybe okay. And Tom kind of elaborated on a bit. He didn't go too far into it. Maybe that's why Clarence always had, who is Blowfly, Clarence Reed, Blowfly, same guy. But maybe Clarence, that's why he had fucking money problems all the time. I mean, maybe he's like, you know, I can't spare not having chicks with fucking pasties up on the stage. So like, you know, he's like, you know, he pays them whatever amount of money that night, and like that's probably more than the fucking venue's paying him. And so then he's like, oh shit, I can't pay my bills. Tom, man, I need some money.
My favorite part still is when he loses his mask and he comes out with that fucking cowboy hat.
Oh god, dude. No.
I was like,
My
this guy right
favorite,
here,
my
this guy right
favorite
here.
part
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
when he gets a new mask, and I'm not going to spoil it, but the comment that Tom makes about the new Blowfly mask / hood.
So you can go and watch this documentary for
It's a
free
great
right
fucking
now
documentary.
on YouTube.
Or hey Jake, did you know if you donate, I believe Tom said if you donate $75, you get the fucking Blu-ray and you get a fucking t-shirt.
No shit.
And you
man.
help save the rights to Clarence Reed.
Well, and Tom said it was the best T-shirt he's ever printed.
That's what he said.
He said it
did.
was.
He did say that. Also, if you want to just take care of the rest of the money that they need to pay off these fucking attorneys, you can go on a date with Tom.
Oh,
And he was
man.
pretty
We're
specific.
gonna
He
hold
said
him
no
to it.
dudes, no dudes. I tried to ask him if he was into chicks with dicks, but I don't think he could hear me because we've had a lot of technical issues today.
We did.
Between Jake's business that he owns and between just this is our first fucking time. This is my first time on the fucking show. And yeah, so
we'll go ahead and a few things first here. I think really in general with that, if you cover the rest of their money and you are a dude, but you can like pull off looking like a chick for the night, just get him drunk enough.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah. I mean, if I was drunk enough, it probably wouldn't fucking matter.
I'd probably say he's a funny dude.
yeah,
He's hilarious.
yeah, exactly.
So,
man.
he's
yeah.
got a lot of stories.
He's
He'll
got-
tell
yeah.
you a lot of stories. He'll put you to sleep, tuck you in, man. Even give you probably like some kind of teddy bear or something. I don't know what kind
He'll
of teddy
probably
bear it'd be.
actually even give you a DVD and a T-shirt too.
Oh, just like in there, tucked in. Like
Yeah,
you wake up
yeah,
next
like
morning,
he's
you
gonna
were
he's gonna
shit-faced
tuck
and
you
you're just
into
like,
bed,
yeah,
and then he's just gonna like put the DVD underneath
Yeah,
your
just gotta-
pillow
he's just got it in
and just
there,
like nicely folded T-shirt
Yeah,
next to
yeah,
you, a
yeah,
little
you
love
just
note.
wake up with a little
Thanks,
gift. Yeah,
Tom Bowker.
That's
and
just
then and
fantastic.
it's underneath. It's gonna
it's
say that's my
Bowker?
slave
It's
name.
Bowker.
Bowker.
It's Bowker.
Bowker.
So, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's the same thing, man. God damn it! I'm not even
Okay.
drunk yet. Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
okay. So a few things here starting out before I have to take another piss because that's just me and I lose my bladder
Oh Jesus
constantly.
Christ!
So first thing is we should just go ahead and talk about ourselves really quick. So the Jakes came together over these last few months, man. I opened up a barbecue place over behind the barbershop here in Dripping Springs. Please come see me. I'm Pellets and Patience, man. We specialize in pulled pork over here.
It's fucking amazing.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I'm all about doing better versions of commercial farming out here, man. All my pork is pasture raised. I'm all about if the animal's happy, the meat is happier in the end. Just doing it right. You got Big Jake over here, who I'm over at his shop now too, learning how to be an interior fabrication specialist, son.
Word.
Over here,
Yeah.
and he does some of the best upholstery, over here in the Texas area, as far as I fucking know, man. You're expanding
Well, I
every day,
appreciate
man.
that,
You're
yeah.
crushing it, you know.
I fucking appreciate that.
And he can talk a little more about that and coming into it, but he's way more badass than me. He's a
Oh, eat
combat
shit.
vet over here. He's fucking awesome. I'm just a dude who likes to play some music. I come from a military family, but I have never served with it. We decided to do a podcast, and we decided to have some cool, interesting guests on because Jake and I are both musicians in the small amount of time that we have outside of what we do for a living. I hope it turns out to be a good thing. We got some really awesome guests lined up coming up, y'all.
yeah.
And just more on the way. We'll probably at some
So
point. do some-
just to spit that out,
Yeah.
so you should totally stick around. I've got Los Vincent from Countermeasure and Torque Order. I actually used to play bass for Torque Order, so that was kind of an easy score to book.
There it is.
I've also got Troy Wayne Delco, the lead singer of the Beaumonts, and like Tom, we're probably not going to have those two on Skype. They're probably actually going to be in the studio.
Killer.
Edward Miles, the drummer of the fucking Greyhounds, that is probably one of my favorite bands. And we've
band.
got Jeff Smith, lead singer of the Hickoids, owner of Sawsteaks Records, who as I said earlier, put out Blowfly's last album.
Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about here, and we didn't even get halfway through of what Tom had to say. That guy is just one of those guys
I don't think there's enough time in every podcast that was recorded today to get through everything
I
Tom
don't,
has to
man.
say, man.
I don't, man. I think it's going to be one of those things where he's going to be a recurring guest, and he's just going to keep
absolutely.
letting
Yeah.
us more into what it is to be, especially in the music scene, but especially being like for someone just as, fundamentally just amazing as, Clarence Reed. going on there, and then especially Blowfly going on there, and the transition between such, man. It's look at this. We're still making
Tom
doing
is texting us right now.
rookie mistakes over here, man. But you know what? It's funny because in the end, you actually might not even hear those because we could edit them out, But that came to the iPad.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's
fuck
on
it,
another
man.
channel, isn't it?
No. We'll just go ahead and say it, man. Who cares? It probably got picked up by the mics. It's whatever.
Oh well.
So we're
it.
trying to figure out this whole third party guest thing going on here, and we did it through Skype, and the best way we could do it was going through
Christ,
an iPad.
What the fuck
recording
is Tom
it through that
saying?
and putting it into the interface. We had some technical difficulties, but you're gonna have to bear with us on the first one. It gets better as long as the interview goes. And the more and more it goes, you start just seeing that we're refining things. So, in the next couple episodes, we'll probably get the shit all locked down. So just bear with us. But again, going back to Tom, he's one of those guys who's got so many fucking stories. You don't have fucking days in the year for it.
Oh yeah.
You just don't. And because of that, I think we're just going to have him on a couple more times. I think every question that we asked, I'm not even sure if it got answered other than like one or two. And it's just because he would start off and then just go, and I'm very much like that. And so is Jake over here. And, so this is a start to our show. And I'm going to take a quick break to go and use the restroom. I'm going to come back with a new segment. I don't know if we're going to talk about cars or talk about food or what's going to go on, but we'll come right back in just a minute and either go to that or Reddit. And just bear with us as we kind of, get this all structurally sound. So, yeah.
Word.
Cheers.
She's got a wiener.
She's got a wiener.
She's got a wiener.
She's got a wiener.
All right. Enough of this shit. All right.
Hey, we're back.
Bam.
There it is. You didn't even know we were gone.
Why
You
am I
had no
yelling bam?
idea.
I haven't even had that.
Jam!
Oh, don't start that shit, man. We have to get him on the show.
Oh,
I'm not
Gator.
name dropping him until he pays me some money, though.
Okay.
You see, that's how sponsorship works.
Okay, that's how it works. Yeah.
But yeah. So, what the fuck was I even saying, dude?
You had a subject that you wanted to start out
I did have
with.
a subject. Yeah. So,
I think it's going to be a recurring segment.
I don't know. So what should we do? Should we troll some Reddit or what, man?
I think so. We have some personal ads that we'd like to take a look at.
Yes.
We'd like to give promotion to these people putting out these personal ads, things that they want.
Jake, this just seems like a good Christian thing to do.
Yep, it's what it's at. We're big Reddit users. We love it. And so we found some awesome shit, some great people that we really just wanted to focus on.
All right. So this was posted 23 hours ago in Dirty R for R, 35 MF for M. I'm assuming that means male, female.
Male for female. Yep.
No, male, female for male.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's a male and a female at the same time,
that
like
is
hermaphrodite,
very 2019.
or if that is a male and a female together as a couple.
That's very 2019.
It says hashtag Portland OR glory hole this Saturday. Oh, this is a long. Oh, there's some titties. Look at that, Jake.
Oh, there's titties.
And they're bra titties, but there's titties. It says,
Yeah.
My wife and I tried this before a couple of months back. And somehow didn't have much luck.
Why?
The guy we tried to line up didn't show.
Why?
And nobody entered the booth next to ours.
Why?
It was
would
pretty
they not?
disappointing this time. I'd like to line up about 3 guys and hope that at least one of them shows up. If you show up and don't have any hygiene issues, you'll definitely get a hand job.
No hygiene
Smelly
issues.
and dirty guys will be turned down. If she's feeling really adventurous, she may give head to one lucky guy.
What?
We can't promise that, though. This will be a first. And she's not completely sure how she wants to go. We won't send any more pictures. What's linked is what you should see wading through the hole.
Okay. So
no, I'm not done yet. If you don't
yep.
see a set of breasts on the other side, you're in the wrong booth. Show us what you have for her.
Okay.
And let us know you're available. Oh, Saturday, February 16th. It's too late now.
We missed out.
I know.
Okay, well, we're still going to dive into
and
this.
We're so far from fucking Portland. It's fucking ridiculous.
Are we?
Well, I mean, fuck, Austin, Texas.
We could get there in a day.
Jesus.
Come on.
Jesus.
Come on, Jake. We could get there for that offer.
It's a pretty serious offer. And what I'm really upset about is that there might possibly be one lonely guy in Portland, Oregon, listening to this
Just
podcast.
waiting.
It's just like,
waiting.
fuck, dude. It's so fucking past the 16th, man.
Yep.
Now, what I'm curious about is this. Do you think this is their Valentine's date? Like, you know, hey, what do you want to do for Valentine's Day? Well, I was thinking I'd go blow some guys at a glory hole.
I don't know. You know, so my first thought that I get from this, Jake, okay, so my first thought that I get from this is that I want to know whose idea was this when it started, okay? That's my first thing.
Yeah.
Is it the husband or the wife or whatever they want to call it, whatever, it doesn't matter, 2019, you know,
Yeah.
America, here we go.
Yeah.
But my question is, whose idea was this? I mean...
Well,
what do you think?
I don't know. You know, I mean, do you really think his wife is just like, yeah, I really like jerking dudes through holes?
I don't know, man.
Or do you think he's just like, I mean, do you think that he's just that fucking wild where he's like, you know what, I'd really like to do this Valentine's Day? I want to watch you jerk dicks through holes.
You know, the latter actually sounds like it would be a correct
I want to
fetish.
know is, what is he doing while she jerks dicks through holes? And possibly that one lucky guy with good hygiene gets a blowjob.
Okay, first off, so there's the next level. What is good hygiene? Okay, because like this is a number one thing that's discussed,
Probably
you know, out on the internet.
not
Like,
me.
yeah.
Like I am probably like the photo definition of the guy that's not getting the blowjob.
Really?
They're like,
you think so?
beer gut, you look like you're homeless as shit.
That doesn't have to
You're
do with
hairy
hygiene.
as fuck. Like, I would have to like go get waxed and like go through fucking P. Diddy's wardrobe before I'm probably even getting a handy.
Okay,
from this lady.
but you've got the long, luxurious red beard going on here. It looks well kept, but it really does.
It actually is. It's a lot of work.
Well, so
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is that hygiene wise, you look pretty good. Now, this is actually something we discussed.
Can you
before.
smell me from there?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess I've got decent hygiene. Yeah.
You know, this is actually one thing that we've talked about between you and I, just in general on a day-to-day basis, is what hygiene means to us, and both of us, I'd like to think in general, even if we can get kind of scummy, is just like, look, man, we put on deodorant, we shower, we brush our teeth, you know, we don't have like, okay, this brings me to one of the biggest things that I have concern about, especially being we're in a like remotely rural area. Look, man, like I you know, we're close to Austin, but we're in a remotely rural area.
Word.
I don't understand the thing with like giant tartar buildup on people's teeth to where it's like a block behind their fucking teeth.
I smoke a
what
fucking
the fuck
pack
is
a day,
that, dude?
and I don't have that shit.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, man.
I don't know what that is.
I don't
So
get it.
that's bad hygiene to me. That's
that
bad
would
hygiene,
be
right?
Bad hygiene. Bad hygiene.
Okay. So next thing is, you know, is bad hygiene a little must? Because I don't think that's too bad. I mean, there's a little attractiveness.
I mean,
in a
I
little
think
must,
see,
you know?
now I think from the time you get in your car, you know, you're at your house, you take a shower, put your underwear on, your pants, everything else. You get in the car. I mean, I don't know what the weather's like in Portland.
I don't know.
Maybe you've got it's really
raining
cold and you've
man.
got the
I think
fucking
it's
heater on in
raining
your car. I know I put the heater on max and the panty dropper, and I'm fucking
Got a lot of hippies
I'm
out there
melting.
too. So you know.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that says it. You see, they should have just done it the PC way and just said no fucking dirty ass hippies.
That's really what it was, man.
That's really
right?
what it is.
I mean, like so down here, like we get crust punks every now and then, right? So every South by you get the crust punks that come out, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody fucking hates them. Fuck them. I mean, they try and post like they're fucking homeless and shit, and it's like, fuck you, dude. I know how much those tattoos were. You can go fuck yourself, kind of thing.
Well,
but there's a difference between that and then just being a dirty piece of shit. You know, they're dirty pieces of shit because they want to be. Then is there a difference between? Okay, that brings me to a whole nother thing, right? Are you a dirty piece of shit because you want to be, or because you're just that fucking insane? Which one is more attractive, Jake? Which one?
I have no idea. You know,
I think
insanity
insane is better.
I mean, if you look at my dating record, obviously I'm attracted to insanity. I'm just gonna spit it out there. I mean, I've been everything other than shot and stabbed by a woman in my lifetime. So I mean, fuck it.
What does that mean?
Well, I
does
guess
that
I live on the
mean?
edge, Jake.
So I mean, like, look, man. To me, first thing is, if you're talking about blowjobs, right? Even if you're not giving the blowjob, okay? Especially if you're giving the blowjob, but if you're saying not bad hygiene and you're giving the blowjob,
Whoa, I just thought of something.
you can't be missing teeth.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for me.
So here's the thought though, Jake. What if?
Unless they're molars.
Because this is a glory hole, right? So, there's a wall with a hole drilled in the wall where you put your wiener through it, and then somebody, quote unquote, somebody
yeah.
jerks you off or sucks you off through the hole.
Yeah.
How do you know it's her and not
You
him?
don't. That's
and
the
maybe
whole thing.
she's the one watching and whacking off. Maybe this was her idea and she's the fucking freak.
That's a risk you gotta take. How do you know? I mean, other than if they have a mustache, you'll probably know.
Yeah.
I mean, but
does
otherwise.
that make you a homosexual?
If you didn't know?
I mean, if you didn't know, I mean, how do you know?
This is going to have to be
Maybe
a question
like
that's posed
you look through the hole
when we do the more public
and
things.
she shows some titties.
Yeah.
And then you put the dick through the hole.
How
and
do
the
you
dude
know that
takes
it
over.
wasn't her showing the titties and then him putting the mouth
How
down?
do you know it's not a fat guy with titties? I mean, I'm probably like a B cup at this point. I'm just going to be real.
Man,
and one of them is actually bigger than the other, and I don't. That's kind of concerning right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I got to quit drinking. I'm just gonna put that out there. I think it's all these fucking craft beers. Somebody
It is the goddamn craft
Somebody
beers. I
told me that
fucking told you
IPA
about
will
that.
give you tits. Is that
Well,
true?
No, I mean that's no.
But you're not a doctor, Jake.
No, but I come from the craft brewing industry.
Can we call a doctor and find out? Because that's my worry. Is maybe I'm getting
Yeah, we can
tits
call.
from craft beer.
Yeah,
We need to find.
We'll
a
call
doctor.
someone.
If you're listening to the show and you're a doctor, holler at me. You can find me on Instagram at Stroke the Ape Child. Just personally fucking DM me and tell me, yeah, quit the fucking craft beer. That's why you've got tits. Or just like, no, keep the craft beer up and stop eating fast food.
Okay, so the thing with craft beer, like, look, you and I started talking about this once I started working with you all the time, man, and everything. Like, the thing with craft beer is that it's absolutely fucking delicious, but it makes you gain weight because the carbohydrate level is so fucking high. Okay,
Oh.
so that's the whole thing, right? The whole thing about tits though doesn't really make much sense because I mean, especially if you're talking about IPAs, what? Okay, it has a higher IBU. Like, I mean, that doesn't really work. Really, what you're doing is you're just putting way too many carbohydrates into your body, from what I understand, and converting them to sugar to where you're not burning all that energy off. If you're sitting here and you're a fucking, triathlon runner over here and you're drinking 3 IPAs a day, well, it probably doesn't fucking matter because you're going to burn all that shit anyway. But if you're like you or I and you're having it at the end of the day, and even if you did do a bunch of physical labor like we typically do, with
Word.
it, you're probably not going to burn as much as you're going to drink because we like drinking. I mean, that's it.
All right. So my next thought on this personal ad is, where the fuck is this place in Portland, Oregon? they literally have
Oregon?
a fucking.
Wait.
They have
What-
a glory hole place set up. Is this?
I don't know, man, but what Tom called, he said Borgen? I like that.
Borgen,
I
yeah,
thought he
Borgen,
said Borgen.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
Portland, Borgen.
We're gonna call my buddy Stu. I'm gonna when we post this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and put it out to him because he fucking loves this shit too. And he's who I told you, on the first season, which I don't know if we'll keep it up or not, but first season at the end of what the fuck did I call it?
The
beers.
show?
What was
the
it?
beers.
Yeah, it's called beers. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
bucket of beers.
Bucket of beers. Yeah, Stu over there. He's a badass brewer over there, but he loves this kind of humor too,
Is there
man.
any
But
more of that sour beer left?
yeah, go, yeah. But he moved over to Oregon, and I want to know what he thinks about the Borgen and the Horgan, and which is a fitter title? Is it Borgen or Horgan?
Well, apparently, because they didn't give a specific location.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's just general knowledge that there is a glory hole booth, or maybe it's like a McDonald's, or they have signage and shit.
I got a question too.
And I mean, talk about fucking entrepreneurship right there. Dude. If that thing is making money, like,
Hey, we're both serial entrepreneurs over here. That was a great idea.
yeah, dude, we
It was a
just
great
like
idea.
what I mean, do we? We could just
We should
rent a house.
invest.
We don't even have
We
to
should
buy
invest.
it. We could turn my
There
shop.
needs to
We
be a
just
thing.
set up a bunch of plywood
Just
walls in my
holes.
shop, and then we hire a teenager to like fucking run the door.
First off, you cannot hire a teenager.
Well, when I say teenager, I mean like 19
18
and up.
Okay.
18 and up. Okay, yeah. All right. So I
Texas
mean,
17 and up?
well, I don't know. You
think
know, I mean, as
17,
long
Texas,
as he's not partaking
Yeah.
in the reason why people come see our establishment.
Does it have to be a he?
It could be a she or a he, she or a she, he.
Could it be a they?
I'm not prejudiced, man. All right. And
Okay,
I'm not
next
here. I'm
question.
not here to identify anybody's
Next
gender
question.
either. All right.
Okay, so we're talking about fabrication, in your shop and everything. You're training me to do fabrication interiors and everything.
Word.
But I come from more structural things.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so my question is, we're talking about a straight wall, right?
Right.
We're not talking about a car to where we got to fucking make everything out
Yeah.
of symmetry because cars are cars, over here. How far is the distance between glory holes?
That's a good question, man. I mean, what if?
What's the safe
Well, but
distance?
here's the thing: if you had multiple holes on the same side, wouldn't you want one person to be able to go in? And I mean, if they're jerking, don't you want them to be able to jerk from both sides, or maybe 4 sides?
Hold on. How do they work? How do they do it from both sides?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're like blowing and jerking at the same time.
One person on each side, or you got
I don't
someone?
know. Maybe
you got
it's just
someone
a
on
bunch
the
of dicks poking in there, and maybe you just cram a bunch
Is
of.
there someone
non-gender
working
identified people.
on the hole sticking inside that is just jerking people from the other side?
Maybe it goes. Maybe you just have.
But then the
dicks
person on the
going
other
through
side doesn't
man.
get the full experience
Maybe
because they don't know that
Maybe this is
it's
the
that
whole
big.
thing. Is we're just like, look, all right, these are booths. They have holes in. the
Oh, so we
booths.
are doing booths.
Yeah, plywood booths. All right.
What grade?
We
talking OSB or we talking high grade?
Ooh, I was thinking MDF. No. That might melt with the fluids. It'll dissolve. I don't know.
I think
I'm gonna
health
have
would
to
require stainless.
We need to call. I'm gonna have to phone a carpenter on this one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna phone
Who's
a
going
carpenter.
to be our phone a carpenter? That needs to be a
about
thing on
our,
the show.
our entrepreneurship.
Who's the phone a
Yeah,
carpenter?
yeah. Let him decide what we're gonna fucking do.
That's going to be a thing. Who wants to be the phone a
So,
carpenter? You let us know.
Well, fuck. I know a carpenter who also could kind of be an investor in this even.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I
Yeah?
mean, we've already got the building.
What kind
right?
of carpenter? What does he do?
I don't know. I mean, he does shit with wood.
Yeah.
Isn't that what a carpenter does?
Wood.
Oh, I see what you're saying right there.
There it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
and then we just like, hey, it's like $5 for 10 minutes or whatever. I don't know, an hour. I don't. If you live in Portland, Oregon, and you know this fucking place that these people are talking about, I need you to find me on Instagram at Stroke the Ape Child, DM me, and let me know what this place charges so we
Dude.
know how to set our rates when we go into this.
Hold on. $5 for 10 minutes.
What is that? Is that not good?
No, my question is, does he stroke it while doing measurements of your boards and everything for carpentry, or
You are on a different. No, I'm saying. Look. This is post construction. The place is done. It's running. We've got a 19-year-old Herm, non-identified gender, running the front desk. I'm sure we can find a desk on Facebook Marketplace. Just get some cheap desk. Came out of a grade school or something. It'd be really cool if it still had the chair attached to it, like the ones that I had in school. Anyways, and they're just gonna like take the money, and then they're just gonna start a stopwatch. Or
Okay,
something.
hold on. The desks that you're talking about back when you're in
Or
elementary school
maybe
or
they don't
anything
even
like
take
that.
the money. Maybe they run a card.
But wait, that's a board that goes that it's going horizontally across our gravitational plane, right? Right? So is that considered milking at that point?
No. I don't know, man. I don't know. You're asking me too many questions at once, man. I'm talking post construction, Jake. Post construction. You see, you're still trying to like, you're visualizing this. You're like, oh yeah, I know how I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna get this 4-inch fucking hole saw. And I'm gonna cut
That's
holes in the
exactly what I'm
wall
thinking. I'm
and
just like,
fucking-
how do I make this? Is this just like a giant table that everybody's laying down on, or are you standing up?
No. I'm talking about the front desk. Okay, the front desk is gonna have any dicks going in or out of it.
Why?
Because
Why not?
that's just it. I mean, you can't.
No,
you
hold
can't
on.
just.
Hold on. The front desk should be whack-a-mole. Okay?
All right,
Front desk should
that's-
just have people with
Jake,
dicks coming in and out as you
that's-
walk up
that's
to it.
too
It's
much-
just going.
too much overstimulation, man.
No,
I'm
it's
serious.
Like, look, I'm talking about 5 midgets.
fuck,
5
dude.
midgets.
Fuck,
They're
man.
coming out. They're going in and out the whole time. As you walk up, they're just dicks coming in and out.
Jake. That's overstimulating the clientele. And okay. Second of all, I believe little person is the preferred nomenclature. Okay.
Depending who you're talking to.
Well, I don't know.
12 midgets.
12 midgets.
Covered in Thousand Island dressing.
That sounds like a fucking serial killer story.
That's from South Park.
Tonight on Unsolved Shit, we go into the story of 12 midgets.
Okay, that brings me to another subject. Okay, right? So, what the fuck was Snow White doing out there with all the dwarves?
Dude, I really want to know. I want to see that shit, man. I will pay
This has
good
probably
money to
been
watch
talked
that.
about a lot. My wife and I have talked about this a lot. Okay, like seriously, what was she fucking doing? She just walks out into the woods and just thinks she's gonna live with 12 short people that are out there that are
And they don't
starved for
have a
attention.
female dwarf.
I'm
at
just saying
all,
some
man.
shit went down, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
there's no way that it didn't.
That was a dwarf gangbang.
Yeah. There's no way it wasn't.
I mean,
I
like,
think they use jam. I think it's jam. I mean, you're out in the woods, you're making your wild jam, and you're
if they're if they're that small, do you think they could achieve DVDA?
the fuck is DVDA?
DVDA.
Okay, explain.
Double vaginal, double anal, quadruple penetration.
That's a hard fit.
Well, no, but I mean, they're dwarfs. They're pretty small.
I feel like they're going sideways.
They could be. They're so tiny. I mean,
Hold
fuck,
on.
dude.
Hold on, that's part of the glory hole thing, right?
I mean, what do you suppose that their hip displacement is? I
we're
mean,
gonna
like,
do
what, 12 inches?
We're gonna do a hallway that's like only like 3 feet. You
Well,
know? So,
hold
so
on.
hold
Hold on,
on.
Jake,
So they're like
Jake,
doing some
Jake.
parkour.
I think
no,
by
hold on,
law,
hold on.
though-
I gotta finish this up.
All right.
Like they're doing some parkour. They're gonna have to hold themselves up against each other.
Yeah,
4 dwarfs
4 dwarfs.
holding each other against each other, up against the walls. Right? That's the only way you're gonna make that insertion. There's no fucking way otherwise. I don't think that you can go up and down.
Dude. I don't know.
I don't think you're gonna go up and down.
I don't know.
Your face is gonna be in someone's booty hole if not. So you're gonna have to just balance it and just up and down, but you're not doing up and down. You're going sideways, so it's like east to west. Going on.
Jesus. We're gonna have to make sure this place is
Wait.
handicap- all
You
right,
can make it
wheelchair
6.
accessible.
You can
okay?
make it 6. You can put 2 in the mouth too.
Oh,
6.
6. So what is
We
that?
haven't fit the
DVDADM.
So you can do
And she's got 2
trains.
hands.
She did 2 trains. 2 trains. Each
Oh,
of
yeah.
6.
No.
Each
So
of
she
6
could,
people. You switch out.
There you go. I mean, she could do all the 7 dwarfs at
Done.
once. At once.
Is it 7? Why did I get 12?
What? I thought it was 7.
It's 7. I
is
went
it
for
7?
12. I went for 12, motherfucker.
Man, I don't know what movie you saw. You saw like the fucking the ripped off Korean version of that shit.
Korean. No. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They do this fucked up shit where like they'll rip off our fucking movies and they'll make their own renditions
Listen,
of it.
if it's Korean, it means it's going to be her whole family that's doing her the entire time too. So that's just the way it works.
Whoa, yeah.
There it is.
But do you think her husband is going to watch at the same time, and that before they do this, they're going to post an ad on
The
her?
husband is the engineer sitting here drawing out the specs of how this is going to work the entire time.
Well, yeah. Actually, if you're the guy that made this ad, are you interested in a partnership somewhere outside of Austin, Texas? We have a possible investor.
What is the partnership?
Well, this guy's going to tell us how to build this properly and make it up to code so it's wheelchair accessible. And
You're gonna have to tell us their level of hygiene. I don't get it.
well, I think that's part of the desk guy's job is he's just gonna like check levels of hygiene. Like there's gonna be a sign. It's just gonna be like no fucking dirty hippies at all. And I remember Tom going into whatever it was, Poke magazine or some shit like that. Absolutely no fucking yuppie ass fucking wannabe fucking greasers. Like what he was talking about the guys. And this is so true. And this went on to fucking car shows. Like all the fucking guys that thought that they were punk rock back in the day now have pompadours and tight pants. And then they buy cars with a bunch of rust on them. They pay a guy to fix them. And then they all show up to one stupid car show in Austin that I'm not going to plug because, again.
Can we agree that Joe Strummer was the shit though?
I guess. I don't know.
Joe Strummer of The Clash?
Dude, okay. I like the Clash, but you gotta understand, man, I am straight fucking hip hop. I'm not even ashamed about it anymore.
Okay.
I spent many years in a hip hop closet. But I'm totally out and like yeah. Last night as I was getting yelled at on the way home, I was totally blasting motherfucking Wu-Tang.
That's the shit.
Yeah. Actually,
But-
more specifically the Jizza.
Here's the thing though, man, is the problem with all the punk groups that are emulating what old school punk was now is that half the time they're fucking neo-Nazis. I'm just gonna go and just say it.
This is true.
Like they really are.
Very
Like all the
fucking true.
Ramones
Oh,
covers,
yeah.
anybody
Oh,
who wants
yeah.
to look like a Ramones cover band is a fucking Nazi. Like I'm just saying, if you're not, good for you. That's killer. You should not be. That's awesome. But like fucking A, like the amount of those is just ridiculous. So I don't know, man. Look, man, I'm just a fucking emo kid over here. I listen to everything. That made no sense together, but whatever. I listen to everything.
Hey man, whatever.
That's whatever. What are you pulling up?
Oh well, I'm looking for more want ads.
More want ads.
God damn it, man.
Guys, I have to piss all the time, so I'm gonna take another piss break.
There's too many fucking it's just like where's all the weirdos? Oh, here we go. No, hold on.
Oh, you found something?
You cannot piss yet.
All right.
So our last one was a male and a female looking for male.
Uh-huh.
Here's our latest. 25 F for A. I'm assuming the F means female. For
male.
A. What? No, A, not M. What's the A stand for? I don't fucking know. It says Georgia. Pregnancy and birthing. It really just hasn't worked out for me. It's never been in the cards, and perhaps it never will, to not be able to see my feet anymore because my pregnant belly is in the way. I've always had this fantasy of being pregnant and having a baby with the kind of person who would be excited to coach me through the throes of delivery as much as they would be want to watch my belly growing bigger every day until my body simply cannot sustain carrying any longer, and naturally I go into labor, and dramatically my hugely pregnant belly yields his hair with lots of pushing.
First off, it's air. Nice.
Eat shit, Jake. Eat fucking shit. Please note that I want someone to talk to about the birthing fantasy.
Okay,
not just
hold on.
impregnation. I'm very interested in chatting with other women as men typically respond. Most responses most responses I receive are primarily interested in the pregnancy.
Yeah, but this isn't fantasy. This is actually, like, honestly really sad, like, listening to this. Like, originally it was funny, but, like, really
now,
all
like,
this
I
person
kind of
is
feel
wanting...
bad for reading that one. I need to screen these things better.
I mean, no, you're good. I mean, but honestly, like, all this person's looking for is someone to have a kid with. That all that sounds like is like, oh, I should have a supportive significant other that would like to have a kid with me.
Well, to me, it sounds like that person just wants to, like, get a pregnant belly and then watch it go down.
But you can do that while having a kid with someone. That's not really hard. Just keep having kids,
I look like
guess.
I'm fucking pregnant. So, I mean, I'm actually not, believe it or not, Jake. But, yeah, that wasn't even.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, man, where it's just like, I mean, look, if they're I don't know. I mean, it's interesting that they're posting this on here because then it makes me question whether or not they're actually a useful member of society. But if they are, I mean, well, that sucks. I mean, you kind of just like, I'd like to.
Okay, how about this? 28 M for F. Face sitting and ass eating. #NYC.
That's not hard to get as a male.
I've been really interested in eating ass for a while, but have yet to find a partner who is also into it. I'm more on the sub side, so my preferences is for you to sit on my face and go at your own pace. Let me to sit up my face and go at your own pace.
I don't feel like that's hard to find.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Is that hard to find?
I've never went looking for face sitting.
I'm pretty sure I could ask my wife right now if she'd sit on my face. I think it would work
Well,
fine.
okay, but I'm saying, like, if you don't have a wife or a girlfriend, and you're like, fuck, I really want somebody to sit on my face. And I mean, how do you really approach that in a bar? Like we go back to the barbershop. Like, should we just roll up to a random lady and be like, yo, I really want you to sit on my face? I mean, that's. I know a guy that actually would do that. We know an AC guy that would actually do that.
Yeah, we do know a guy that would do that. But like, I mean, here's the thing, man. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. I'm sorry, we're gonna just keep doing homages to Your Mom's House because they're the best podcast out there. Fucking amazing. Like, look, I don't feel like it's that hard as a guy to get a girl to sit on your face. Now, you to sit on a girl's face, that's a whole different thing.
I think I'm gonna save that in my pickup line.
I feel like that guy wants
vault.
that. I'm just saying, don't you
I'm
think
gonna
that
use
guy wants that? I think that guy
when she
wants
gets off
that.
of work. I'm gonna use that on Jen when she gets off of work.
You let me know how it goes.
Jen, I'm gonna sit on your face. I mean, look at me. Do you have any idea how hairy the crack of my ass probably
First off, I'm like a fucking orangutan back there.
Oh,
okay?
Jesus. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, dude.
No one should go near that.
If I walked naked through my yard, people would be taking photos because they thought it was a Sasquatch or something.
Well, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Are you against eating ass?
Huh? Eh?
I don't mind eating ass.
Oh no, I'm well, I guess I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like something like I'm like, oh, I gotta die to do it. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's all right. Look, I mean, I think if you're with someone who is hygienic, going back to that
There we
again.
go. No dirty
with it,
hippies.
I mean, I don't mind.
Jake
it's
might eat your
whatever.
ass.
But I don't think you should eat
Mustache
my ass.
Jake. But
I don't think it's a good idea. But they don't have hair back there. We got hair back
well,
there.
but there you go. But I mean, like maybe
if they do,
maybe
it's
it's
very
about
little.
our hair though. I mean, is there a difference between face sitting on a mustache versus face sitting on a beard?
If I was a girl, I'd want the beard.
I don't know, man.
You got all that.
It could be pretty scratchy. I mean,
You don't think that's like? I don't know. Maybe it's not good.
I don't know. I don't know. I always get people that come up and want to like play with it and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, now like the real reason why I don't let people do it is because I'm a little bit OCD and I'm kind of a fucking germaphobe, and I pee a lot and don't wash my hands. So like I constantly think about that. Well, sometimes the bathroom sinks in the places I go, I don't even want to turn the fucking handles. I know that sounds like an oxymoron. I just said I pee sometimes and don't wash my hands, and yet I'm a germaphobe. But I think about that other person, and it's always women. They come up and, oh, you got such a nice beard, and they want to rub their hands through. It's like, bitch, I don't know where your hands have been. Get the fuck away from me.
your hands have been.
Yeah, man. And so like, do I got your fucking piss germs on my fucking beard, which is attached to my goddamn face? It's fucking gross, man.
Yeah, I don't have that with a mustache.
Yeah, it's true, man.
I don't got that.
Nobody comes up to you and is like, oh, you've got such a lovely mustache.
Isn't
and you try
that
to pet it
actually
or
like
something.
more creepy, isn't it? Like it really would be like more creepy if someone went up to me with a mustache than your beard. I feel like
Yeah.
it is. I feel like it like just it you know, in society that's a weird thing.
That's a very weird thing, man.
Yeah.
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 I still don't know why the fuck people do. Also, the other thing that I fucking hate that people do with the fucking beard is I'll be sitting somewhere and I don't even know the motherfucker, and they're like, hey, fucking ZZ Top. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Please just shut the fuck up.
You know, that's like that was a thing that I was talking with two ladies over at the bar the other day, and one of them, who we both know, with age, she's just recently pregnant or everything, but they were talking about like, what is with people walking up to women and like touching their bellies?
Oh,
Like that's
yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
weird
No,
ass thing.
That's,
like
that's
don't
just
do
as
that.
weird as touching the
That's
beard. Because
fucking
once
weird,
again,
man.
you know, like if
fucking
I actually
weird.
was pregnant and people were trying to, I don't want your fucking piss hands on my
Especially
fucking
if you don't
belly.
know them, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's already a thing if you know them, but like that's like a thing in society
What
where it's
if-
just like
what if
I'm just gonna reach over there.
You
and-
fucked up and you walked up to a woman and started rubbing her belly and we're like,
You
oh,
know
when's
that's a
it
joke.
due?
That's been a joke
And
done
then-
over and over
and
again.
then they're like, what the fuck? I'm not even pregnant. It's like, oh fuck, you're just really fat, huh? Like, fuck. Okay, hold on. So was that IPA or Pilsner? Because I'm just gonna be honest, I'm getting tits from one or the other, but I don't really know yet. I'm yet to have talked to a doctor about this.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Maybe it's a sour beer, Jake. I don't know. You know?
I don't fucking know.
Fuck.
Now, sour beers will make you shit your brains out. Get all the.
Oh, that's just what I
It's
need.
that
So,
probiotics.
we're gonna take a little break.
I got pissed. Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke some PCP, and then we'll
smoke
come
some
back
PCP.
on with I don't know, maybe another Blowfly song or
I
something.
don't
right?
fucking know. Sure. Yeah.
All
We're
right,
back.
take it easy. So no shit, when Blowfly passed away in 2016, he they had a Blowfly commemorative party, I guess.
Oh, really?
They did, yeah. It was actually at the White Horse, and Tom Bowker was there, and it didn't have all of Blowfly's band. It just had Tom, and then they had all these dudes come in and cover Blowfly's songs.
No shit.
Yeah, the Beaumonts, fucking
No shit.
MC Zulu, fucking the Hickoids, Jeff Smith from the Hickoids came up there on stage, and the Hickoids covered Rap Dirty.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, fuck.
And it was fucking hilarious seeing Jeff Smith fucking do Rap Dirty.
That's fucking incredible.
He's probably one of the most animated guys that I've ever seen on a stage, and his stage presence is about as dirty as our podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I have physically watched the dude stick a microphone between his ass cheeks and grind his ass up against a guitar amp while his guitarist is doing a solo.
You're gonna remind me to always bring my own mics now when I do shows.
Well, I don't. I mean, I don't put microphones in my ass or anything like that.
But I'm not going to use stage mics anymore. I'm just going to bring my own.
Yeah. I would not borrow a microphone from Jeff Smith. Like, I think he has a studio. I don't know. We'll save that for his interview. But if he does, like, if I rolled into his studio, I'd be like, bro, I got my own shit, man.
Like, literally. I will borrow some shit before I use your shit. Corn and all. We got it.
Oh, fuck, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, guys, this has been the first episode. I think right now we're sitting at an hour 48 before I even just go ahead and introduce this segment, this interview that we did. And I think if we go any longer, man, you know, it's just dragging it out, and I think we're just gonna have to put it. We're gonna have to put it to the next episode. So
put it to bed.
Without more ado, man, this is our interview with Tom Bowker. Bowker.
There's no L in
Bowker.
Bowker. It's his slave name.
Look. We fucked up his name the whole fucking time.
Dude,
even Jake, who's known him for a
name.
fucking minute, we fucked it up, man. This is Tom Bowker. He is the badass behind Blowfly. He really is. That's what he is, man.
Yeah.
He's the badass behind Blowfly. Again, we're going to have him on multiple more times because the guy has so many fucking stories to go and tell. Not just of Blowfly, just of his time in the music industry, you know, going on. And so this is going to be our first segment going into it. Again, you know, we'll say it during the interview, but just bear with us. You know, we made all the rookie mistakes that we possibly could with this interview, and so yeah, there will be times of where the audio wasn't as great as we wanted it to be, but you know what, it's okay, man. We'll fix it for the next episode. Just bear with us.
Eat shit.
Just okay, well, eat shit, you know. Hashtag eat shit. Hashtag eat shit.
Every now and then we eat shit.
Hey, man, this has been Useless Threats.
I mean, if you're into face sitting, you're probably gonna end up eating shit eventually. Eventually, you're going to tongue a bung that's not ready to be tongued.
So I got to put something on this first episode.
Bam.
It's haunted me.
What's that?
So I read a Reddit thing one time that was a guy who was eating a girl out, and it's completely haunted me, and I just got to put it into this podcast because I feel like it's the only correct way to put it out there.
You got a booty story?
So this guy was eating out this girl, and all of a sudden he thought there was something like crunchy in his mouth.
Oh, no.
It turned out it was a gonorrhea stone.
Oh, no. Do you have stones? They make gonorrhea make stones?
Apparently there's stones.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't know. It's haunted me, man. I just don't know. And I gotta not put it in my mind anytime like that something like that happens sexually. And
that's fucking disgusting, man.
It's really bad.
So this was a Reddit story, or this was your story?
No. This is not mine.
This
is not mine.
Well,
this is a
you
Reddit
don't have to
story.
lie to kick it with me. I'm just going to be honest.
No. Look, man. Anybody who knows me, like I've been with my wife since we were in high school. She does not have gonorrhea.
It was before your wife, dude. Maybe when you were like experimenting with sex.
Nope. But apparently there's stones.
Apparently
there's stones.
Gonorrhea makes stones.
There's like and it just grossed me out.
I was going to tell a booty hole story, but that just like completely like upped mine to the point of like
it's perfect for going into the segment, right?
Yeah, it's very perfect, I suppose.
All right, so without any more ado, this is Tom Bowker, the drummer, manager, producer, caretaker,
just name it, of Blowfly.
He is a saint of a man. Seriously, like holy shit. Go watch the documentary. And honestly, if you are a Blowfly fan, please do go and donate to the GoFundMe.
You know, and
Tom will take care of you with it.
In all honesty, even if you're not a fan of Blowfly, if you've never heard his music, it's a great documentary. I mean, it's been out for a very long fucking time. I mean, it showcased at South by Southwest in like fucking 2010 or something.
I just checked it out, and I'm amazed, man. It really is. Like, the shit that I learned about it, too, of just, like, not even Blowfly, just learning about Clarence Reed and everything that it's done for the music industry, it's just unbelievable. So
his sample catalog was just fucking, I mean, I don't know who hasn't sampled him. And so this is the really sad part that Tom kind of elaborated on, but not much. So Blowfly's got a very extensive, Clarence Reed, right, who was Blowfly, had a very extensive sample catalog. Yeah. He was sampled by Wu-Tang. Yeah. Fucking Kanye several fucking times. Yeah. DMX. Yeah. 18 kids. Still don't understand that. But anyways, sampled by fucking everybody, and like only a handful of the people that sampled Clarence Reed actually wrote checks for it. Yeah. And like he was talking about, Clarence lended his rights, took like a pawn on his fucking rights for $65,000, which is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But whatever. As Tom will elaborate in this interview, he wasn't so good with money.
Yeah. Apparently not.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Anyway, so right now he's doing a GoFundMe. He's trying to raise money to get the attorneys to get these rights back from this group, and he said it was in Los Angeles, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. But anyways, he's trying to get Clarence Reed's rights back from these people for Clarence Reed's family.
Yeah.
Because there is millions of fucking unpaid fucking rights to Clarence Reed that this guy that's got currently holds the rights isn't even keeping up on, by the way. So so please check out the interview. He's fantastic, and again, please go donate to the GoFundMe page. Yep. Again, and you get something in return if you're over $25.
You get something in return, and honestly, even if
I donated
you don't,
$25,
even if you don't know
ago.
Blowfly with it. Blowfly is no longer with us. It's all going to his family.
It's all going to his family. And if you're not a
yeah.
Blowfly fan and you don't know who the fuck Clarence Reed is, you should check that out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Check it out. I don't want to rip off your mom's house too much, but we just absolutely fucking love them.
I say
They're
check
fucking...
it out all the fucking time.
Yeah, no, I mean,
check it out before I
but I'm
even,
saying
knew about
try it out. Now I'm just saying.
Instead of check it out, I'm just gonna say eat the booty, tongue the bung.
Tongue the bung?
Tongue the bung.
Tongue the bung is that
tongue
thing?
The bung. It is now.
It is now.
It is now.
Okay, I like it.
Tongue the bung, and then guess what you do after that?
Hey.
You eat shit.
Hey, I'm Jake. You're?
I'm also Jake.
Yeah.
I'm fat. Look like I'm homeless as fuck, Jake.
Hey, what do you want to tell them to do?
Eat shit.
There it is.
Bam.
Love you guys. Bye.
Peace.